The wind in the Mojave doesn't just carry radioactive dust, it carries ghosts. If you haven't watched the first 3 episodes of Fallout Season 2 yet, or if you have and you feel like the ground has shifted beneath the characters' feet, you're right. We aren't in Kansas anymore. And we certainly aren't in the California Commonwealth. We have crossed the Colorado River into the spiritual home of the franchise, the Mojave Wasteland. These first 3 episodes quietly transform the show into its most New Vegas coded story yet. But this isn't the New Vegas you remember from 2281. It's 15 years later, the stalemate is broken, the major players are shattered, and a massive power vacuum has opened up. Lucy is losing her innocent Vault-Tec programming. Maximus is realizing his nightly order is a gilded cage. The ghoul is hunting the ghosts of his own past, and hanging over it all is the shadow of Robert House. Let's break down episodes 1 through 3, the hidden lore, the faction dynamics, and why the game was rigged from the start. Episode 1 is titled The Innovator. On the surface, that's Vault-Tec, but for longtime fans, that title belongs to only one man in this region, Mr. House. This episode is about the violent transition from the coast to the desert. Lucy starts the season holding on to those core Vault ideals: kindness, honesty, negotiation. But look at the environment she's walking through as she crosses the border. Those aren't just generic ruins. We see rusted sunset sarsaparilla signs. We see the sun-bleached skeletons of soldiers in what looks unmistakably like NCR trooper armor. The show is telling us immediately, the new California Republic, the great civilization of the West, has fallen here too. The soldiers we see now aren't the organized army of the games. They are NCR remnants, broken, scattered, likely clinging to failed idealism or operating as glorified mercenaries. Lucy tries to use Vault speech on Wastelanders here, but the Mojave is a place where speech checks require more than just high charisma. We get crucial pre-war flashbacks of Cooper Howard. He's rubbing shoulders with the big 4 of the pre-war military-industrial complex, companies like Repcon and Big MT. This matters because it recontextualizes his mission in the present. He isn't just an angry cowboy looking for his family. He's a corporate insider hunting for an executive-level override. Some theorists believe he's tracking a frequency related to the platinum chip technology, the ultimate MacGuffin of New Vegas. When they finally crest that ridge and see Vegas, it's shock. The lights of the Lucky 38 are off. The city isn't bustling, it's silent. This suggests that whatever canon ending happened after the games, it didn't lead to a golden age. The innovator is missing, and his city is dark. Episode 2 is a brutal examination of morality in a lawless zone. The golden rule of Vault-Tec, doing unto others, is actively punished here. Lucy's inherent kindness leads her directly into a trap set by Caesar's legion, but notice the details. These aren't the disciplined Roman cosplaying army of Caesar. Without their charismatic dictator, the legion has fractured into terrifying, desperate warbands. They are scavengers holding onto a brutal ideology that no longer has a state to support it. They call Lucy a profligate. To them, her softness is a sickness that must be purged. Lucy represents everything this dying faction despises about the old world. The ghoul's journey takes him into the outskirts of Vegas, likely Freeside. And here we see the fate of smaller factions like the Kings. In the games, they were style-obsessed toughs with a code of honor, impersonating the king. In Season 2, 15 years later, we see the tragedy of that mimicry. Some of the individuals the ghoul encounters are clearly adhering to that greaser aesthetic, but they are ghoulish themselves. They are rotting relics holding on to a dead pop culture reference for identity. They represent local sovereignty, the people on the street just trying to hold their neighborhood together while giants fight over the sky. The ghoul navigates them not with fear, but with a weary familiarity. He knows what it is to be a ghost. We find Maximus stationed at a Brotherhood forward operating base that feels suspiciously claustrophobic. Let's just call it Hidden Valley coded. The Brotherhood here is leaning hard into their worst impulses. They aren't saving people. They are hoarding technology in dark bunkers while the world burns above them. Maximus is starting to see the cracks in the power armor. He's realizing that his nightly order might just be raiders with better gear and a holier-than-thou attitude. Episode 3 is the breaking point. This is where the ideological torture turns physical. Lucy is captured by these fractured Legion forces. Her suffering here isn't just about pain. It's an ideological test. Her Vault values don't protect her, they endanger her. The show forces her into a classic Fallout karma moment. To escape, she has to engage in ultra-violence, she has to kill. The look in her eyes at the end of this episode, that is the death of Vault Girl and the birth of the Courier. While not explicitly named yet, the ghouls' maneuvering hints at the presence of groups like the Followers of the Apocalypse. In the vacuum left by the NCR, the Followers are the only ones offering actual aid, doctors and teachers. But in this harsher 2296 Mojave, even the good guys have likely had to compromise. The ghoul utilizes medical supplies and safe zones that feel like Followers' territory, manipulating their neutrality for his own tactical gain. It shows that in this new wasteland, even charity is a chess piece. Maximus kills one of his own Brotherhood brothers to protect his secret. This is huge. The Brotherhood talks endlessly about honor, codex, and duty. But when pushed, Maximus chooses self-preservation over doctrine. This is his turning point. He realizes the good faction isn't good, it's just powerful. And hanging over all of these fractured groups is the pre-war specter of Robert House. We finally see Theroux's house in flashbacks, mocking the Vault-Tec idea of hiding underground. He wanted to control the surface. Season 2 is setting up a magnificent philosophical battle, heavily influenced by Hegelian dialectics, a favorite theme of New Vegas. The Brotherhood represents a thesis of technological hoarding. The Legion Remnants represent an antithesis of brutal rejection of technology. The NCR Remnants are the failed attempt at a synthesis of old-world democracy. What Lucy, Maximus, and the Ghoul are walking into isn't a war for territory. It's a war of obsolescence. All these factions, Kings, Legion, NCR, Brotherhood, are fighting for a world that has already moved past them. These 3 episodes prove something important. Fallout isn't just about surviving mutant bears. It's about systems failing people, and people having to decide what they will become in the wreckage. Lucy is learning survival through brutality. Maximus is learning the truth behind the armor. The Ghoul is navigating the ghosts of a city he helped build. The board is set, the players are moving toward the dark tower of the Lucky 38, because even in the apocalypse, the house always wins.